In a quiet town, tucked away from the busy streets, stood a small diner where Anna worked from dawn till late night. Life had never been easy for her, rent was always a worry, her shoes were worn, and her paycheck stretched thinner with each passing week. Yet no matter how tired she felt, Anna carried herself with a warmth that touched everyone who walked through the door. She remembered names, noticed when someone looked sad, and always slipped in an extra smile as if it cost her nothing. But what stayed in her heart the most were the two children she saw each evening. Every night, as the sun dipped low and the neon diner sign flickered on, Anna noticed them sitting quietly on the curb, their clothes too thin for the weather, their eyes tired but hopeful. They never begged, never spoke, just sat watching the world hurry by, waiting for something that never came. Their fragile presence tugged at Anna's soul. She knew hunger when she saw it, and though she had so little herself, her heart whispered that perhaps she could give them just a little piece of comfort, something warm, something kind. That night, after her shift ended, Anna carried a small paper bag of leftover food and stepped outside. The children looked up, startled, their wide eyes shining in the dim streetlight. She knelt down, smiling softly, and handed them the bag. "Here, you must be hungry," she whispered. The older boy hesitated, protective of his little sister, but the scent of warm bread was too much to resist. He opened the bag carefully, and when his sister took the first bite, relief washed over his face. For the first time, Anna saw a flicker of joy in their tired eyes. From that evening on, it became a quiet ritual. After work, she would set aside a little food, and the children would be waiting for her outside, their smiles growing brighter each day. They didn't talk much at first, just whispered thank yous, but slowly, trust bloomed between them. What began as a single act of kindness turned into a bond that warmed Anna's weary heart more than any paycheck ever could. One evening, as Anna was carefully packing sandwiches into a napkin, her manager noticed. His voice was sharp, filled with suspicion. "Are you stealing food?" Anna froze, her hands trembling. She tried to explain, but the manager's stern glare made her heart pound. He reminded her that giving away food without permission could cost her the job she desperately needed. The thought of losing her only income sent a chill through her, but then she remembered the children outside, waiting, hungry, depending on her. Anna stood silently for a moment, fear and compassion battling inside her. Finally, she lifted the food bag, walked past the manager's disapproving eyes, and stepped out the door. The children were there, shivering in the cold, and when she handed them the food, their faces lit up like lanterns in the dark. In that instant, Anna knew she might lose everything, but she also knew she could never turn away from them. The next evening, Anna stepped into the diner expecting to see the children waiting, but the curb was empty. A knot of worry twisted in her stomach. Hours later, as she refilled a customer's coffee, the door swung open, and a tall man in a suit walked in. His eyes searched the room until they landed on her. "Are you Anna?" he asked gently. Startled, she nodded. The man introduced himself as the children's uncle. His voice trembled as he explained how he had been searching for them after their parents passed, and how, when he finally found them, the children spoke endlessly about the kind waitress who fed us every night. Tears welled in his eyes as he said, "You didn't just feed them, you gave them hope to hold on until I could bring them home." Anna stood frozen, her heart swelling, realizing that her small acts had changed the course of their lives in ways she never imagined. Anna's eyes brimmed with tears as the uncle reached for her hand. "I can never repay what you've done," he said softly, "but please, let me help you the way you helped them." Within days, her overdue rent was paid, and the heavy burden she carried for years seemed to lift. But more than the financial help, it was the sight of the children, clean, safe, and smiling, that filled her heart. They ran up to hug her tightly, their little arms clinging as if they never wanted to let go. In that embrace, Anna felt a joy deeper than anything money could buy. She whispered, almost to herself, "It was never about what I gave, it was about what they deserved." And as she watched them leave hand in hand with their uncle, Anna knew her life had changed forever. Sometimes, the smallest acts of kindness don't just feed hungry stomachs. They nourish souls, and in return, they heal your own.